could we see any Malik Cunningham going forward?
I don't think so. Not
even in like
in
this package,
future.
because they showed us in training camp that package role they had where he just comes on for a play, and for a team that needs some playmakers here, like, could you think we see that in just some sort of package moving forward at all?
Not in the immediate future. Maybe when we get, if they're like out of it in December and they want to try stuff, maybe. But the way Bill kind of talked about Mac today, I don't think they're going away from that anytime soon.
What would you do that though? Like, would you tinker with that?
Maybe. I don't even know at this point, because you need an offensive line to be able to run that, and they don't have an offensive line right now. So it's, I guess you could try it. I don't know that it's going to go super well, but if you want to throw a different look out there, I guess you could.
Yeah.
How about this? How about if we're going to make changes to the offense? Play Demario Douglas.
Oh yeah.
Played the second fewest snaps of. You had this tweet earlier, right? He played the second fewest snaps of any offensive player behind Ty Montgomery, who, by the way, also
should play more.
Should play more. Let's get those guys on the. It is nothing against Malik Cunningham, but let's get Pop Douglas on the field more, and then we can worry about Malik Cunningham. All right, I've had a million people ask me this in the chat. I'm just going to address it. As doom and gloom as I sound right now,
they're not getting Caleb.
I don't think they're going to get Caleb Williams. They're not going to be bad enough to get the first overall pick. And the reality is, the Bears are going to have 2 top 5 picks because they have their own and the Panthers.
PFF had a new mock draft today. Yeah. And the Patriots were either 7th or 8th, and they took Bo Nix, which was.
All right. So a couple thoughts on this. First off, here's a really wild thought, because I was talking to somebody about to say Panthers have those 2, Bears have those 2 picks, right? Let's say the Patriots end up 1 and the Bears have 2 and 3. Who would you rather walk away from the draft with? Just Caleb Williams, or whoever your QB2 is? It can be Penix, it can be Nix, it can be Ewers, it can be May, whoever. Whoever your QB2 is, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Probably Marvin Harrison Jr. and your quarterback.
I would too. So that being said, I don't think they're going to have a shot at Caleb Williams. If the offense backslides from here and they don't have Judon and they don't have Gonzalez, I think everybody else is in play right now. Now, I don't know that they'll end up with the 2nd overall pick, and that will be that'll probably end up being a quarterback, but there's really no consensus to the board after Williams. I think Drake May is going to go in the top 10. He'll be the 2nd or 3rd quarterback off the board, but I could see him falling to 5 or 6, and maybe the Patriots are within range to trade up there. Quinn Ewers, Michael Penix, Bo Nix. I think if Shedeur Sanders comes out, he's a guy. He'd be a guy. Now, I believe Dion when he says Shedeur is going back, and I don't need to do that whole spiel, but I would actually be surprised if we see Shedeur Sanders in the draft this year. And I like Shedeur. I don't like him enough that I'm bypassing a quarterback in this draft to hopefully have a shot at him next year. I'm taking the guy this year if it gets to that point. The guys I like Ewers. I really like Penix. I think Penix is in the 1-1 conversation if he's not a lefty. I like Ewers, Penix. I like Jordan Travis. I liked KJ Jefferson, but he's been struggling this year. I'm lukewarm on Drake May. I don't like him. I don't hate him. He kind of bores me.
I like Drake May.
You do like Drake May? Okay, so I want to get your list in a second. The guys I don't like JJ McCarthy. I've seen a lot of love for JJ McCarthy the last couple of days.
In that PFF mock draft, he went 3rd to the Raiders, I think. It went Williams, Marvin Harrison to the Bears, and then the Raiders took JJ McCarthy.
So this feels, maybe it's a Michigan thing. I don't know. I think JJ McCarthy's a product of that offense. He's a good college quarterback, but he's a college quarterback. He's got some Zach Wilson in his game. And I know Zach Wilson did a good game last night, but he's got some Zach Wilson in his game. That scares me. I don't like McCarthy.
Oh, wait, no, I read that wrong.
I'm very
It was May 3rd, McCarthy 5th. So 5th overall, so 3rd quarterback off the board. That's what I meant.
Yeah, too high. Insanely too high. I'm very conflicted on Bo Nix because I watched Bo Nix at Auburn and he was terrible. Just straight up, he was terrible. He has 50 starts in college, so he's clearly gotten a lot better. Watching him the last few weeks, the guy he is at Oregon is not remotely the guy he was at Auburn. That being said, the biggest issue he had at Auburn was winning on the road. Road Knicks became kind of a nickname. He would have these disasters, and it wasn't like he was losing close games on the road. Like, he would be a disaster on the road, and Road Knicks became kind of a thing. So he's overcome clearly his other shortcomings, but I need to see him win some big games on the road before I'm all in on him. Now, they are at Washington this week. Or sorry, next week. They have a bye this week. Their next game. They're at Washington. They will then be at Utah at the end of the month. Those games are going to go a long way for me in determining where Bo Nix is at. And then if he gets a bowl game as well. Got to see him on the road to believe in him. But
Yep.
I'm obviously in on Caleb Williams. I'm in on Ewers. I'm in on Penix. I'm in on Sanders if he comes out, which I don't think he will. I'm out on McCarthy. Drake May just bores me. Like, he's fine. I wouldn't be mad if the Patriots took him, but I think there's more exciting players. And Bo Nix is TBD. I mean, they're all TBD. We've got a long way to go, but Bo Nix is like, all those other guys I feel comfortable saying are first-round picks. I still don't know if Bo Nix is a first-round pick.
What about Riley Leonard?
I never got it with it. Like, good runner. What did he do throwing the ball?
Yeah.
Like, he really didn't do much as a passer, and now he's coming off an ankle injury. And look, if like Mac Jones was showing more, and it was that like Jalen Hurts taking athletic quarterback on day 2 is maybe a project. Yeah. I don't think that's the kind of guy that, like, because I like him. I like Cameron Ward. I like Jordan Travis. Again, I like KJ Jefferson, Jane Daniels. They don't need to be picking a quarterback in that class if this is going the way it's going.
Yep.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter Odds Are. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you've always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too. Especially since Patriots Press Pass listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/presspass. That's oddsr.com/presspass.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by Fanduel. Sign up at fanduel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
Because I think PFF had him sneak it into the first round of their mock draft. They had Penix going 19th.
So
maybe
Penix is interesting because there are going to be teams that simply won't draft him because he's a lefty.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it. Like, if he's a righty, he's an elite quarterback. Fair question. Who's going to develop these guys? We'll talk about that a little further down the road. So wait, give me who are you in on? Who are you out on at quarterback? I can't believe we're having this conversation in week 4.
I mean, I'm pretty similar with you. Like Bo Nix, I thought he was never really was a fan of him at Auburn, but like that game against Colorado and what he's been doing this year, I thought it's been really impressive. But let's see it with some of these big games. Penix has looked awesome this year. Like, he's just got a cannon on him. JJ McCarthy, I don't love. Quinn Ewers I like, but I really like Drake May. I think, like, I know he's had some decision-making issues this year that haven't been great, but like, he's one of those guys that can just kind of, like, he can move around, he can sling it, really good ball placement. Like, I like him. But so if they could get, like, if that situation, if that would ever happen where they could walk away with Drake May and Marvin Harrison, like, I would be all in on that. I would love that.
I don't know. I can't help but, like, he looks like Mitch Trubisky. He looks like Sam Howell, and they looked really good when they were there. And obviously Trubisky was a high pick, but I'm like, he looks good. I just don't see that next. Like, you watch, and I, comparing him to Caleb Williams isn't fair, but you watch Caleb Williams, you see those flashes of like, wow, this guy's going to be different, right? Yeah. You watch a guy like Shedeur Sanders. You watch a guy like Quinn Ewers. Drake May looks good. He looks like he'd be a solid NFL quarterback. I don't see that thing that makes him different, right? Like, I can see him being somewhere in like the Kirk Cousins to Matt Ryan scale. What's going to make him an all-pro? Where's that? He moves around a little bit. I don't think he moves around as some people say he does. So with Caleb Williams, everything makes him look different. He's just like nasty. Quinn Ewers.
I like Quinn Ewers too. Yeah.
His athleticism, and two, for lack of a better term, is balls. Like that kid doesn't back down. He's not phased. He's not phased by pressure. He's not phased by tight windows. He's not phased by environment. That guy plays quarterback position with a ton of confidence. I love that. Michael Penix, it's his arm. He slings that ball around the yard. With Shedeur, it's his arm and his mobility. Like, I just, what is Drake May's trait in that conversation? Is it just well-roundedness? Is it just like, hey, he doesn't really have any weaknesses? Because that was Mac.
I think he's got better athleticism and velocity than some of those like Kirk Cousins and Mac guys, but
he's definitely more athletic than those guys. But like, is it that good where it's like he's going to be special because of his athleticism?
Not that. I think like his arm is still his like calling card. I think he's got a great arm. Like,
but again, that's where to me, like if you're going off of arm, I think Penix has a better arm. I think yours is better.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think May's bad. I just like some of these. Like he's still first round pick, probably top 15 pick. I think he'd be a franchise quarterback. I just think the ceiling is so much higher for some of these other guys.
Some of the other guys. Yep.
All right. Anyway, well, yeah, like we got months and months to talk.
This
about
is the guy I've been
preparing
to see in like the second round since week 1 of college football.
Oh,
Sam
he's
Hartman.
like third.
But it would just be such a them pick, wouldn't it?
Well, the question is who's making. Yeah, he's 24. He's 24 years old. He'll be 25 by the time training camp starts next year.
Like, I don't want it at all, but like I was watching the week 0 game in London, and I'm just like, this guy is going to be a top 60 pick to New England. I'm just already prepared for it.
Well, you say it's such a them pick. Is them making the pick?
Them, yeah.
That becomes the question.
Yeah.
Like, hypothetically, which one of these quarterbacks will look the best in Ben Johnson's offense, right?
Yeah. Oof. That could be fun. All right. Nothing like some week 4 draft talk, right?
Yeah.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/PressPass50 and use code PressPass50 to get 50% off. That's code PressPass50 at factormeals.com/PressPass50 to get 50% off.